We are here. We have done it. We have made it. It is Friday, February the 4th, 2022. I am James. You are you. We are here for another heart-pounding, breathtaking, thrill-seeking edition of the show that won't go away. That's right. This is At Home with James every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on Twitch. We are coming to you by way of the information superhighway that the kids from 1995 through 1997 called the internet. A lot of these other shows, they're on TV, they're on radio. We're with everyone's making it happen on Twitch. Remember when we used to ask people to subscribe and follow the show? I probably haven't done that in over a year. You want to know why? Because just like the viewership on this show, we have hit our ceiling. We have reached and we have grabbed the only brass ring that we're ever going to grab. We have hit our plateau. Now, if you're out there and you're wondering, well, James, why would the viewers plateau? I'll tell you why. Mr. Legault decided, well, I want to open up restaurants again, and I want to open things up. You know who that hurts? Yeah, it benefits the businesses and the restaurants and the entrepreneurs, but it really hurts the little guy. It hurts us right here on this show, because the second anyone has a chance to leave their house, even if it feels like minus 25, even if it feels like minus 30, they're going to. Because it has been, as the Counting Crows once said, a long, cold December, and now that kind of seeped its way into January. Here we are in Feb. Everyone wants to have some fun. And you know what they do? They leave the At Home with James show out in the cold. You know who else they're leaving out in the cold? All of our valued guests, who include tonight, in no particular order, a Dimitri Kyres. They're leaving little Dimitri out in the cold. And they leave Joe Conto out in the cold. Yeah, he might be in another country, a place where COVID, frankly, doesn't even exist anymore. It barely existed in the first place. They're leaving little Joe Conto out in the cold. Yeah, he's wearing a winter jacket. He's got his sensible boots on, but he's cold. He's out in the cold because there's only so many people watching him. And of course, they're leaving little Conor Rose out in the cold. Yeah, you know what? He's got a great big home, but he's out in the cold. Yeah, you know what? He's going on so many dates. More dates than I could ever dream of going on. Conor Rose is out in the cold. And they're leaving me, little cutie, out in the cold. But I'd like to imagine that we're out in the cold together. It's almost like you and me, James and the viewer, we're on a little date right now. Maybe we're in our own intergalactic internet virtual restaurant. We're enjoying a drink. You're having yourself, I don't know, some type of mulled wine. I'm drinking a nice glass of room temperature water. Maybe we share some type of appetizer, jalapeno poppers, something like that. And then once the check comes, I look at you, you look at me, and then gets a little uncomfortable. So you decide to pay, which I thank you for. And we head outside, and there's that moment, will they or won't they? The answer is they will. They will participate in another episode of At Home with James together. So if you're out there, and you're watching and you're wondering, James, when's the show really going to start? Because everyone knows the show really starts when a guest is joining me live on screen. And the answer is right now. Please welcome a man of many skills and apparently a man of fashion sense. Please welcome the one and the only Conor Rose to the show. It's Conor Rose, folks. Hey, Conor.
Hey, James.
Conor, I got to say, I'm not expecting you to be coming to us from where you are, but it looks like you're in front of a Tim Hortons.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Hi. Hi, James. Yeah.
Yeah, Conor, I couldn't help but notice it sounds like a lot of photographers and pictures going off.
Yeah, I'm not really used to all this attention, James. But
Attention?
Yeah. Well, James, what happened last week created quite a stir in my life.
Right now, I assume that you mean when friend of the show and all-time guest Mark Rowland was here, and he claimed that you were, quote, a poser. He said that you stole his idea of doing poetry. He also called you, and again, these are his words, not mine, a piece of crap.
Yeah, James. Those were big words, you know.
Yeah.
And so I've just come here to clear the air. I was told that I need to make an official statement, so that's what I'm here to do.
Conor, have you thrown a press conference for this?
Well, James, that just seemed what the logical thing to do.
And can you tell me why the Tim Hortons?
Well, James, as you know, I have a history of working at this establishment,
Yep.
and they were kind enough to offer me this lot of this square of land in the shopping mall in front of
Yeah,
this.
this looks like the Tim Hortons. Is this the one that's is located in the McGill Metro station?
That's right, James. Did I? Yeah.
Yeah. Now wait, are those people looking to get your picture, ask questions, or are they maybe upset that you're holding up the line?
It's unclear, James. I can't really make out what they're all saying. They're all kind of talking at once here.
Well, it sounds like you're getting bum rushed there. So, Conor, if I'm to understand correctly, you're about to make a statement, and you may also say it looks like that you play the keyboards.
Pardon me?
Your outfit, it looks like you're a keyboard player. Maybe you're a member of the band the Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
That's a good one, James. Really.
Yeah, there's a lot. This outfit, there's a lot going on. There's a little bit of Billy Joel. There's a little bit of Mink DeVille. There's a lot going on with this outfit.
Yeah, James. Look in my tie. It's on a zipper.
Okay, well, I guess it would stand to be that you truly are a fashion plate in the at-home universe.
Thanks.
All right, so you're going to make a statement. So I guess, yeah, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Just want to say, first of all, who is Mark Rowland?
Is that a rhetorical question?
No, it's just I've never heard you mention him before. Like I've heard you talk about all your friends, but I've never.
Oh, yeah, me and Mark go back ways away. We've been friends for over 10 years now. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting just because he's never been invited to any of our guys' nights, and
Yeah, that's true. Well, his internet is not always the most stable. So a lot of our guys' nights are virtual.
okay, it's just interesting that he would call me a piece of C when really like.
Well, you can curse on this show if you want to, Conor.
Well, James, I feel like
I realize you're being interviewed by the news right now as well, judging by what we see at this press conference.
Yeah, James.
Yeah, you're being interviewed by the news, the TV, the press, and the radio.
Yeah, James. Everyone's out here to get the truth.
Mm-hmm.
There to deliver that truth. So yeah, besides the fact that no one's really ever heard of Mark Rowland, um, I also just think it's odd that, like, just as I'm kind of, coming into my own and like just got out of jail, so like a lot of women have been approaching me. It just seems like that this is a case of masculine jealousy.
Okay, so you're accusing Mark Rowland of masculine jealousy, and you believe this has to do with the fact that you've recently been bailed out of jail by me.
Yes, thank you, James.
Well, you're welcome. And you believe that because lots of women are now trying to get in contact with you, Mark is jealous of you.
I mean, that's the only reasonable explanation I can think of why anyone would be so mean-spirited toward me.
Well, Mark's not here to defend himself. And look, I'm not here to defend him either, but maybe I can speak to that. So I'll clarify a couple things on his behalf. Well, Mark is in a committed relationship. Now, I would suggest that he's probably not looking for women to be calling him or emailing him or banging down his door. And again, I'll speak to what else he mentioned. I think he took umbrage with the fact that you at one point claimed that Andy Asaf was stealing your bit, which was doing poetry. And then Mark countered that by saying that he was the original poet on the show and that you stole his bit. So it wasn't Andy ripping you off. It was actually you ripping Mark off. How do you respond to that?
James, I think, I've been writing poetry for a number of years now,
Mm-hmm.
and Mark can write all the poetry he wants, really, and so can Andy for all that matters. But um, but really, there can only be one poet laureate, and I just
Mm-hmm.
feel that you gave me that title, and it should be respected.
Okay, well, Mark also challenged you to a slam poetry contest. Now, you're here in front of the press, the news, the TV, and the radio. Of course, you're live on Twitch right now. Do you have a response to his challenge?
Well, James, as a matter of fact, I do, and it's in the form of a poem.
Okay. Well, I'd like to make a suggestion if you really want to get the point across, if I may. And you can decline this if you want.
Yeah.
Why don't you take those glasses off and look right into the camera as you read this? So Mark, if he's watching right now, he really, yeah, that's the look of an ice cold poet.
That's right, James.
So you're going to respond to him in poem.
That's right.
All right.
Okay. Is everybody ready?
I like that people are taking pictures as the poem is going to be recited. It sounds, well, I say pictures. It sounded like I only heard one, but
There's more than one, James.
all right.
Okay, here I go. Who is this Mark? He sounds like a lark, in a bad way. Bit of a coward to have said what he say. Can't even confront me face to face like a man. He's worse than the crumbs underneath my fry pan. After I make bacon, and it's all sticky and clumpy. What's wrong, Mark Rowland? Have I made you grumpy? I'll accept your challenge. No problem, my friend. Not. Let's slam some poems. Name a place and a time. We'll fight to the death, but we'll do it with rhyme.
Wow. Okay. So the media, the press, the news, TV, and radio going wild. Now, Conor, I have a follow-up question to that poem. Why are there crumbs when you cook bacon?
James, because there's little bits of the fatty part of the bacon kind of come off as it's cooking.
Yeah. How high are you cooking this bacon on?
Like I'm cooking it like extra high.
Extra. All right. Well, look, some of us like things. That seems to be, yeah, that was your one real controversial statement here. The media is going to run wild with that one. Well, so Conor, let me ask you, right? Have you heard any of Mark's poems? Because they come in a variety of different ways. He does acrostics. He does all sorts of things.
Yeah, James, again, I've never heard of Mark Rowland as a person, poet, really, as anybody. And even last
You're
week.
saying he's a nobody?
Yeah, James.
Now, that's the type of quote that the media goes wild with.
Run with it. Run with it, boys. Run with it.
Okay, so I guess you're going into this competition without any real knowledge of the type of work that he does as a poet.
Nope. The only thing I really know about Mark Rowland is that he's got just about as much Wi-Fi as he's got hair.
Now, Conor, you seem really pleased with yourself over that one.
It just came to me, James. I didn't even plan that one out.
Yeah, it just came to you. Yeah, you really, now that's a shot fired, right? I feel like that is a direct response to him calling you, as you put it, a piece of C.
Yeah. Cool.
So you're taking personal pot shots at him.
James, I'm just dishing back what he dished in,
Okay, so this is, yeah, like he dissed you and now you dissed him back. And I guess the one thing that I want to say and that I hope this doesn't get ugly along the way.
Hey,
I don't want
James,
this to become like a Tupac Notorious B.I.G. thing.
it's we have our differences, and may the best poet win.
Okay, so I guess this is to say that you've officially accepted his challenge to a poetry contest.
That's correct.
All right, well, is there now, is there anything that one startle you there, Connor?
Yeah, it's just like overwhelming.
Is there anything outside of poetry that you'd like to say to Mark right now? Right, because again, I don't want to keep going back to it, but he did take a personal pot shot at you and you did respond tonight. Is there anything you'd really like to directly say to him? The way it made you feel, anything like that?
Yeah, Mark, bro, just say it to my face. I don't know what the issue is. I'm a pretty approachable guy, and you could have waited until we were, one on one, and we could have hashed this out ourselves. But you've decided to take it public, and that's just I'm just gonna have to, follow suit.
All right, so maybe while we still have you, let's change gears to something a little bit more lighthearted. Last week, you got a lot of phone calls from women, one of which included my mother. It seems like things are really popping off for you, like the youth like to say, in terms of the dating and romance game, Connor.
Yeah, James.
I don't think I've ever seen your beard look more confident than I do right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm certainly feeling that boost. I've gotten a number of DMs, and actually from a friend of yours, Annabelle.
Oh, you mean Annabelle Agnew, who appears on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, what did she have to say?
She just asked if we could go for coffee.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's, okay, there you go. There's more headlines coming out of this one. But again, Connor, I want you to be respectful. Not that I don't think you would to the female guests that appear on this show, right? We're all one big happy bunch. We're kind of like the Manson family. Oh, great. Now they're going to take that out of context in the news. Well, so Connor, again, I asked you to maybe speak your piece to Mark. Is there anything you'd like to say to the eligible ladies out there who might be watching right now?
Yeah. Firstly, Annabelle, I'll see you soon. And for everybody else, just my Instagram is at coming up Conor Rose. You can reach me there, and or you can call me at 514.
No, Connor, don't give your number out on the air. That's not a good idea, right? Because you never know who's out there. Okay?
Okay, so sorry, James.
Oh, don't apologize to me, right? You don't want the media, the press, the TV, the radio publishing your phone number.
Right.
All right, Connor. Well, before we let you go, do you have any plans for the remainder of the night? I can't imagine you're going to be spending the rest of your Friday evening at that Tim Hortons location.
No, James, I actually have a date.
Really? Okay. Well, do I dare ask any of the intimate details?
What do you want to know?
Well, I mean, where are you going? What are the plans? How do you feel going into this date tonight?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. We're going to Tim Hortons, and
that one or a different one?
No, she's meeting me right here.
Oh, so your date is going to happen at that counter only Tim Hortons?
Yeah.
Well, Connor, how about I give you some, maybe do you want a tip? I know that we've exchanged kind of an opinion back. How about a tip?
Yeah, sure, James.
Maybe don't just, stay at the Tim Hortons. It's a bit of a chilly night, but you know what happens on a chilly night? It might make people get close to each other. Maybe you grab the coffee, you say, why don't we go for a walk? It's such a nice romantic snowfall tonight.
And then I can give her my leather jacket.
Oh, you do have your leather jacket with you?
Yes, always, James.
Now, if there was ever a quotable quote to end on, it's that one. Oh, you have your leather jacket? Yes, always, James. Well, Connor, I want to thank you so much for letting us into this press conference tonight. We'll be sure to I guess check in with Mark to see how he responds to the statements that you've made here.
Yeah, great, James. Thanks so much. Have a great night. And oh, there's my lady. Gotta run, James. Bye.
Good
Bye,
luck.
everybody.
Good luck, Conor. Enjoy your date. Well, that was Conor Rose. I was not made aware that we would be sinking into a live press conference coming to us from the Tim Hortons location within the McGill Metro station, where Conor Rose has officially not only responded, but reacted to the statements and the challenge that Mark Rowland laid out last week live on the air. Conor Rose and Mark Rowland are set to compete in a live poetry contest. We're going to try to iron out all the details soon. You can rest assured that that will happen right here on At Home with James. You know, Conor Rose was talking about going on a date tonight. And of course, it's still a little bit early, 10 days away. But the thing about Valentine's Day is that you don't want to get caught planning late. You don't want to be the person the night of, the night before, the morning, running around to flower shops, to the Hallmark store to pick up that gift. You want to get yourself and your plans in order right here, right now. So what we have done is we have put a plan into action. Of course, I can't be the person to execute that plan. We've got a real know-it-all coming on to talk about this right here, right now. He's going to be going over a series of suggestions as it pertains to Valentine's Day plans, maybe some do's and don'ts. In order to do that, please welcome tonight's guest, Mr. Joe Conto. Joe, welcome back to the program. It's so good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you too, James.
Well, Joe, would you say that it's fair to say it's never too early to start planning for Valentine's Day?
Oh, it's never too early. This might be the most important date night of the year, I would say.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Second only to New Year's Eve. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree. Now, I'll tell you this right here, right now, is that I've never put a lot of stock into romance on either night, Valentine's Day or New Year's Eve, but I would say that I've spent more time planning Valentine's Day plans than New Year's Eve plans.
Great. You know, a lot of people sort of like put down Valentine's Day, and I overheard a conversation once that kind of changed my view on it when somebody was talking about, the other person said, you know, Valentine's Day is just a made-up holiday, and the other person
you mean like all the others?
Yeah, that's what the other person goes, they're all made up. And then I went, yeah, fuck it, why not celebrate everything, including Valentine's Day? What the heck?
I agree.
And not feel bad about it, you know, not feel like you're somehow being your buffoon.
But well, here's the thing, Joe, and I'd like to imagine that you and I are on similar pages about this, as we tend to be with a lot of things. I think the people that complain the loudest about Valentine's Day are the ones that want nothing more for someone to give them a gift on Valentine's Day and hold them in their little bitty bed on Valentine's Day. The most outspoken or the most love-hungry ones of all.
Absolutely. You know, after the show, I'm going to remind you of, and see if you would think of it too, of the saddest thing I've ever seen on Valentine's Day. Do you have any idea of what I'm talking about?
I have a vague idea, and it sounds like it's something we probably shouldn't talk about on air.
Oh no, we definitely aren't. But was there like a desk involved?
We'll talk about that off air. So, Joe, you're here to give us some tips on Valentine's Day, but we've put a special at-home spin on it. The operative word being spin. Every now and then, we dust off the at-home wheel, and tonight we're dusting it off once more. In just a matter of moments, it's going to appear on the Twitch screen. And we've used this wheel for a variety of things, whether it's questions, topics, characters. And tonight it's all about suggestions as it pertains to Valentine's Day. And we've got a series of items on here. Whatever it lands on is what we're going to talk about. We might not get to everything. The question is, Joe, are you ready to spin the wheel?
I'm ready to spin the wheel.
Great, let's spin that wheel. As this wheel spins, you're going to see we've got 8 topics. Who knows what it's going to land on?
I don't know.
It's exciting and mysterious every time. Okay, so what we've landed on
unconventional gifts.
Is unconventional Valentine's Day gifts. Now, what we know to be classic is the chocolates, the flowers, maybe a mug, something like that. Joe, what would you say Well, maybe that's an unconventional one.
I bet you mean like a mug with like a tiny teddy bear in it or something, right?
Could be tiny teddy bear, maybe some other
Chocolate
chocolates.
kisses. Chocolate
Exactly,
kisses.
yeah. Now, Joe, what would you suggest as an unconventional Valentine's Day gift?
Yeah. A series of flavored lip glosses. Yeah.
So is this a Valentine's Day gift that you're giving to an adolescent?
Well, I'd say it's an experiential gift.
Oh my God.
But like everything from, but like, you know, and you know, it's winter time, right? It's middle of February. We're all fighting winter dryness. So, and a lot of people.
What better than a cream soda flavored lip gloss?
Ooh, I mean it, like the old fashioned Bonnie Bell ones, because it reminds the person of like innocence and you know, younger times and that sort of thing. Cream soda, root beer, like one's called like Baby Soft. But you know, the one's pink and it has like a little like a ball on it, you know, and it looks like
Joe. You should be happy that the media and the press are gone for this segment. They're no longer here to cover this one. Well, okay, what other unconventional gifts might one give or might one suggest for Valentine's Day?
Well, I think that's when you get into the more of the experiential type of Valentine's Day gift. You could probably bring the person around a neighborhood where you've spent time, and at each
a trip down memory lane.
Yeah, and at each spot where there were like a series of firsts, like, you know what, this is where I first saw you in the window. No, I'm kidding. But this is where, but this is where we first had a cup of coffee, and then you give them a little gift, and then you go around a little bit, and you go to different spots. And
it's almost like a love map.
Yeah, a love map.
All right, Joe.
A love tour.
I think that's
a good one, right?
Yeah, I would say the thing that I'm most impressed by is your ability to recover with some of these answers. Joe, are you ready to spin the wheel again?
Yeah, so you like those, huh?
Yeah, I like them.
You did like them. Okay,
Let's
good.
Spin the wheel again. Here we go. We're landing on. Okay, so we have landed on, this is a very salacious, provocative one. How to ask out a cougar for Valentine's Day.
Okay. Understand that for me, a cougar would be an 86-year-old woman. So.
Okay, so we can do
right?
this either as a, you know, this is age dependent. This is all subjective.
No, but when I was in my 20s, I actually did ask out a woman who was nearly 50 years old.
Now, can we get a name? Can we get a name?
Yeah, her name was Alexandra. She was the dining room manager at a hotel I was working at. And at the time I didn't know it, but she was sexually harassing me for sure. But I didn't even recognize it because back then you just sort of put up with stuff. You know, but here's the point. It was so long ago that I was sexually harassed by her and I ended up asking her out. So
now,
what does that tell you about my self-esteem?
I guess my first follow-up question is she still with us?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen her in 40 years. Well, no, but 30 years for sure.
Now, would you like to send a message to her right now, Joe? She's in, what would that make, in her 80s?
56. No. No. 26, 36, 40. No, she's probably 76 years old.
Joe, it's never too late. Don't give up on love.
Holy cow. We went out on one date, and
hold on now. Let's back that ass up for a second. You did go on a date with her.
Yeah.
How'd you ask her out? You know, the people are dying to know. How'd you ask her?
Yeah. I asked her, say that, you know, we should go out sometime, and she said to me, why don't you come over to my place for a cocktail? And I was living with a house full of people at the time, and I go home and I go, I'm going to a adult's house for a cocktail. And everybody was like, oh my God, you're like, you know, this is like a grown-up thing happening. And we were all laughing so hard about it because none of us had ever gone to a 45-year-old woman's house for a cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, I went over there, and she put on some the old CD thing where you could load like 5 of them at once.
Yeah, the CD changer. Yeah.
The CD. She loaded her CD changer, and she had some Zima in the fridge. It was a very.
Do you recall what she put on the CD player?
Oh yeah. Sade, Smooth Operator.
I was about to ask.
For real?
Sade.
That was at least one song I remember.
Yeah, of course.
Sade, Smooth Operator.
No need to ask. He's a smooth operator.
Yeah, and that was me, I tell you.
Yeah.
And some slow groove Prince from the Delirious album. Yeah, it was pretty great. So we hung out and everything and all that sort of stuff, but I didn't. By the end of the date, I was like, well, okay, she's great, I guess, but this isn't for me. The whole thing felt too adult overall.
Okay, so you're saying that it never got past the Sade.
Well, it did get weird a little bit because she left me. I didn't talk to her very much at all. It was just because we didn't see each other. But then on the door of the apartment, of the house that we all lived in, it was left there. There were some balloons that were like, she left some balloons tied to the doorknob, and then a mixtape. And on the mixtape was a number of songs, but one of the songs was, the song that goes, "I want to F you like an animal," like that.
By 9 Inch Nails, yeah.
And it made me super nervous. So I didn't say anything, and I didn't even move the balloons. And then a couple of days later, I came home, and the balloons were all shredded, and they were on the string. Yeah.
She really was a cougar. She tore them up.
I have that effect on women.
Okay, so I guess the question is, are you telling people to stay away from asking out a cougar this Valentine's Day?
No, go for it.
All right.
Why not? I think I look, the whole landscape of dating has changed since then. And I think people have more built-in boundaries. But it was, I tell you what, even, because it was almost like pre-stalking in a way. It was long enough ago that I mean, certainly people got stalked. I have a stalking story that I'll tell you another time.
Sure. Yeah. Well, say
Yeah. So at any rate, I remember even after like the balloons were all shredded, we laughed about it. I didn't feel like I was in a bit of danger. I was like, oh boy, somebody.
Now if that were to happen,
there would be a
I can't even call it a different ball game. It's not even a sport anymore. That would be a crime. It would be a crime now. If that happened now, we'd be terrified.
Yeah, and at the time I was like, well, I guess I must be something. I'm a real hubba.
Well, on that note, Joe, are you ready to spin the wheel again?
Can we? Yeah, I would love to.
All right, let's spin the wheel and make a deal. And we're about to see what it lands on as we get ready for Valentine's Day 2022.
Yeah.
We've landed on. So now we're talking about how to make a move on Valentine's Day. Now, of course, we could go down the Sade route, the cocktail route, the Zima route. In 2022, Joe, how do you make a move on Valentine's Day?
Well, I think what you need to do is figure out a way to make physical contact without making it too, I don't know what the word is, obvious, or maybe you could enter the two of you in like an old-fashioned 3-legged race, or I prefer something that has like a rom-com feel to it. Like maybe take a cooking class together.
Okay.
And you have to like knead bread, or there's something that you have to cross over each other. Like,
I thought you were going to suggest that you go behind the person. I was like, no, you got to knead it like this.
Oh, give him the old ghost treatment.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I feel like you'd like, oh, excuse me, I need to get that whatever. And then eventually you go, oh, you have a little something on your nose, and you just touch their nose.
Yeah. Or maybe like you're like, oh, I have to get something. You go behind and you breathe all over their neck.
You breathe on their neck too. Yeah, exactly.
So a bit of an activity that requires maybe some light touching.
Yeah, but completely like
Innocent.
natural touching.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not talking about the movie theater.
No, I don't think that's a bad one, by the way.
Yeah.
But I don't think. But I think once you get to a certain age, it feels juvenile.
Yeah, it feels, unless you're using it as kind of it's ironic that you're doing, like maybe you're trying to pick up a cougar and it's like, oh, isn't this funny?
Oh, that might be okay. Yeah. But you don't want to castrate yourself either, you know what I mean? And like be, yeah, I wouldn't take a sip and paint class. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I think, yeah, I would like to do that. I mean, you could do something like some like DIY thing, like candle making maybe, or woodworking, something like that, where you're creating.
All right.
No, yes, they're trying to think of something men do. But something you do together and you create a thing, whatever.
Okay, so that answers that one. Let's spin the wheel again.
One more time, yeah.
Let's spin it again. We're gonna see how many spins we get out of this wheel.
I feel like you're disappointed in my answers. I get this feeling that you're.
Oh, Joe, I couldn't enjoy your answers more.
Okay, cool.
Now, Joe, what happens if you're spending Valentine's Day all alone? Now, look, unless there's some unforeseen incident, I will be spending Valentine's Day alone this year. So you're speaking directly to the Jameses of the world.
Yeah.
What if you've got a solo Valentine's Day?
I say you don't address it whatsoever. I mean, look, I grew up in an Irish Catholic family, so we're really good at just, you push it down. No, but you don't address it at all. It's not Valentine's Day everywhere in the world. It's not celebrated by every culture even. So it's not as if it's this a worldwide thing, right? And I don't think any of us have any responsibility to be involved in anything, right? And we're not being left out. It's not our turn, whatever it might be.
Now,
like I don't go to a baby and go, oh, you're alone on Valentine's Day. Don't you wish you had a lover?
Well, I wish you would do that. Now, for someone like me, that makes total sense. Again, Valentine's Day, it's not one of my favorite things. Again, I'm not a hater. It's just not one of my favorite things in the way that St. Patrick's Day and Halloween isn't. No, Joe,
I love all of them.
What would you say to the people that do love Valentine's Day and want nothing more than to be in the arms of another?
Steak dinner, jerk it, go to bed early.
Well, yeah, that's similar to what we've seen in the chat right now, courtesy of High Score Run. Quote, you have to seduce yourself.
Well, I said it in a little bit more of a crude manner. Yeah, but I did buy myself a steak dinner. So
you started with the steak dinner, then you went to jerk it. Let's go back to the wheel.
Here's the best part. Yep. You don't have to look your best.
All right. Well, there you go. You can have a low stakes Valentine's Day. Joe, I like these answers.
Oh, good. I hope our friends at home do as well.
I think they do.
Good.
Now we have landed on, it looks like, we've landed on sexy foods, Joe. Sexy foods. Yeah. Now everyone knows about, melted chocolate, whipped cream, strawberry, chili. What are some of the other sexy foods, Joe?
Yeah.
Imagine two people just like they bring a pot of chili into the bedroom. Some guys just dipping his genitals in chili.
Oh, yow. I really do sexy food. I will say that I'm not one for sexy food. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, neither do I.
I don't like to mix food with anything. Like I don't even like it when people we'll have a business meeting, we'll have lunch. I go, let's have lunch or have a business meeting.
Joe, let me ask you. And again, you can be as candid or discreet as you want. Has anyone ever asked to bring food into the bedroom with you? I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah.
And was it this 45-year-old Alexandra?
No, it was not.
All right.
No, but it was stupid, and it was so.
I thought you were going to say it
sad.
was stew.
It was beef stew.
Yeah.
No, it was. I don't like contrived stuff. I think I've said that before.
Mm-hmm.
This was a contrived food thing. Like you bought the kit. You know what I mean?
Okay, now you don't have to tell us the details, but can you tell us what the food was?
Yeah, there was chocolate and a paintbrush involved. and like you have to pretend like, oh, this is sensual, when I'm just like, ugh. And now I have to take a shower. You ruined everything,
All right. Okay. So your advice
How do
is
the things I say.
your
I don't wanna tell anybody that.
advice is to leave it out of the bedroom.
Completely. Look, have a nice charcuterie board in the living room. Maybe
Mhm.
something light. You know what I mean? Not a lot
Yeah.
of proteins. And
We're just telling people don't bring a biryani into the bedroom.
don't bring a biryani into the bedroom. It's true. No.
All right. Well, Joe, are we ready to spin that? What are you looking at, Joe?
There's somebody plowing out in front of the house, but here it's not like a great big plow. I live in a small town.
Sure.
so,
Yeah. I thought so. I thought someone was breaking into your home.
No, a guy plows the driveway, but he just puts like a plow on the front end of his
Sure.
Ford 150,
Yep.
and he just started playing some real, like, must be super loud because I'm on the second floor, AC/DC, and I thought, holy shit, he was cranking it out there, and I looked
And not in the way that someone spending a solo Valentine's Day might.
No, but that's not a bad way to do it either, right?
All right. Well, let's go back to the wheel. I think we got time for one more
Okay,
spin.
good.
One
Well,
more spin.
I'm glad you're letting me spin this so much. I keep worrying that I'm disappointing you for some reason.
Joe, you have nothing to worry about.
Okay, good.
I'm very satisfied, and I'm very
Hot tub.
satisfied on this answer. We've got hot tubs. Now, what do you think, Joe? Hot tubs, yes or no?
First of all, I don't trust anybody who owns a hot tub
Mm-hmm.
because they're a deviant. The only reason you get a hot tub is so you can trick somebody into having sex in that hot tub.
Okay, so
That's one.
you think it's a persuasive
That's all it
purchase?
is. Yeah, that's all it is.
Okay, well, Joe, I have to ask you: have you ever been in a hot tub and felt that someone was trying to persuade you to take part in some type of adult adventure?
That's
Or
interesting.
have you ever been the person?
One of my friends got a hot tub, and I was immediately suspicious. And then she had her 40th birthday, and we were all over there, and everybody was getting in the hot tub, and it was actually a real fun party. Her name's Kristen, and we said, "This is Kristen's wedding." She's like, she had never been married, and we're like, "Kristen, this is your wedding. We're all gonna treat it like your wedding. We're gonna get you real great presents and the whole thing." But I got into her, like all of us got into her hot tub, but and everybody was like stripping down to their like underpants or whatever, but I didn't wear underpants that day because it was summertime and I didn't feel like it, but I had more new jeans. So I got into her hot tub with new jeans and I turned the hot tub water like real dark blue.
Now can I ask you, did you confess to everyone, guys, I'm not wearing underwear, so I can't get in? They were like, just get in with your new blue jeans.
It got to the point of the party where people weren't even asking questions. Everybody was just doing what they were going to do.
Okay, so you accidentally dyed the hot tub water blue.
Yeah, but there were also so many of us. Three things happened. I dyed it blue. One of our friends, Anne, got out of the hot tub, but the hot tub was like on a maybe a deck that was 8 feet off and in the corner. And Anne goes, "I'm out of here." And she went to flip around thinking that her feet were going to land on the deck, but she just disappeared into the night. And that was funny. And then we all, we found her, we couldn't find her. We found her downtown near a dumpster at a restaurant. Yeah, Lisa G's, that restaurant I brought you to.
Yep.
Her husband found her there. It was not great. And then the third thing that happened was because we were all in there, the water level when we got out dropped so low that the fan pump kept pumping, but with nothing to pump, and it burned out. So we ruined our friend's hot tub.
You ruined it after you basically christened it and ruined it in the same night.
Yep.
So I guess this is all to
I
say
stained
that
it. She had a possible a lawsuit on her hands, and we burn out the motor. And that was her 40th birthday.
Okay, but it sounds like that because of this, you're able to have fun in a hot tub and it doesn't have to get salacious.
It was not sexy. We had a great time. I tell you what, that was a fun party. Shit. So I guess, yeah, I'm into hot tubs.
Well, Joe, I feel like that's a great place to end on tonight.
All right.
Tonight's Wheel of Topics and Suggestions, curated by our production team and answered by you. Joe, I feel like we might, I'm just going to put this out there, like we might have a successful segment on our hands.
This was good.
I think this was great.
I liked it. Well, I love giving my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked it plenty. I hope you did too.
I absolutely loved it.
Is Conor Rose still watching, do you think? I hope Conor.
Conor Rose might be he's on his date.
Oh, that's right. He's on his own date. Yeah. Maybe you can watch it tomorrow, because I think he could use some tips. As a young fella.
That's not,
Valentine days.
Getting advice from people that have done it, seen it, lived it, and experienced it. There's no disadvantage to that.
I've had 55 of them.
Well, Joe, look, I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
And we'll talk soon.
What? Okay, James. James, I'm going to tell you this time, in honor of Valentine's Day, I love you, my friend.
I love you too, Joe. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Usually I'm the one that initiates it, but you got it.
I know, but I wanted to initiate this time. We both have to initiate sometimes to keep the.
It's true. That's what
spicy.
Keeps the spark going. It's
right.
it's a very lovely
And I'm going to be back in Montreal the weekend of the 19th, so let's together for like coffee or breakfast or something. Sound good?
There you go. It'll be late Valentine's Day coffee with you and I.
Oh, it'll be so nice. I'll get you some lip gloss.
Oh, thank you. I like the Dr. Pepper flavored.
Well, don't worry. Go get some Dr. Pepper.
Thanks again, Joe. Have a good night.
Bye.
Take it easy. That is Joe Conto. Folks, we have got ourselves quite an event tonight. We had Conor Rose. We had Joe Conto. We got so much more coming up. But before we do that, just a reminder that we will be back this coming Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because we've got some guests that require that time zone. Joining us will be Taylor McMillan, all the way from Vancouver, British Columbia, and the one and only Dave Kaufman, back live and in living color. Let's welcome our final guest this evening, a real stud who's got it all, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Please welcome to the program. It is Dimitri Kyres. Dimitri, a happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day? Happy early
Valentine's Day? Officially become an unofficial pre-Valentine's Day episode of the At Home program.
All right. Well, in that case, happy Valentine's Day. For the record,
yeah.
I like Valentine's Day. I'm with Joe. They're all made up. They're all made up, and it's really nice to get around something and to have a reason to celebrate something. So yeah. I don't know. People who complain all the time bother me.
Well, look, that's for another segment. We're here to celebrate tonight. Dimitri, you're coming into us from the mailroom. What's going on tonight?
I'm in the mailroom, James. I mean, I'm still.
You're inundated.
I am absolutely inundated. This show is a hit, and people love sending in stuff. And just like Joe, who loves giving his opinions, people also have their opinions. But their opinions are really about how much they love the show. So I'm going through so many letters here and fishing them out. And oh boy, James, I got bad news, buddy.
What's that?
Oh no.
Wait, I didn't mute Joe.
It's live broadcasting.
I got bad news, James.
Really? What is it?
I'm giving my 2 weeks.
No, you can't be not like this.
Yeah, I'm giving my 2 weeks, buddy.
So this is your second to last episode?
This is my second to last episode.
I'll tell you, I don't even know if we're gonna have an episode next Friday.
You guys, better find somebody else. But yeah, I've really thought about it a lot.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. This isn't a joke. This isn't a bit.
No, this isn't a joke. This isn't a bit. I'm giving my 2 weeks. I've had a lot of time to think about it, and I'm starting to work on some other projects, and I've had some opportunities come up that I can't go into too much detail right now on the program, but expect them to come out. Well, it is the new year, so expect them to come out soon, and some new announcements and so on. But
So this is not a gag. This is not a gag, Dimitri. You're telling us right here, right now.
no, it's not a gag. I'm sad. I wish it were a gag. I wish this were just a bit, but I had a great time on the show. I mean, look, I don't want to get all sentimental right now. We can move on, but I had a great time on 2 years of this show. I can't believe it. I think I'm over 80 episodes on this
You are
show.
over 80 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could have made it to 100. I wish it was the Andre Markov. Maybe one day you could bring me back to eclipse out 100 episodes. But yeah, this is it, buddy. And I feel really bad because I don't want to leave you hanging. And I know.
Well, this is this is a surprise for sure.
Yeah, it's a surprise for sure, and I apologize. I figured that it could be sent as an email, but this is a live program, and it always has been, and it always will be, and that's the charm of this program. So why not have everything live and do it live? And yeah, I figured I'd do it. So I apologize if I'm taking you off guard.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, James, I'm a tech. I always will be a tech. I care about quality, and that has always been at the forefront of what I do and what I want, what I like to bring to this program.
Yeah.
And when I leave, I'm concerned. Not an ego.
Yeah,
thing.
I would echo that sentiment. Absolutely, I would.
So anyway, with that being said, I did my due diligence because I believe that we're leaving on great terms. Are we not?
Yeah, I mean, it surprises me, and I in another way, I wish we could have found this out in a different way. It didn't have to be, on the air.
I know. I apologize. Well, I thought this would be a good idea, but listen, I'll put it in paper and make it formal, just to make sure that our people talk to each other. But anyway, what I was gonna say was I did my due diligence, and I have begun the process of finding a new tech to replace.
Okay, so you're breaking this news to us, and then you've gone ahead and started the search to find a new technical director for the show.
That's yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I don't want to leave you hanging, and I know how important the tech. It's an online show. We're online. How important the tech is, and I want to leave you in good hands before I go. So without further ado, if you'd want to go over them now with me, I assembled 4, in my opinion, very interesting candidates.
Okay, so you've got a lot of possibilities. You got some nominees here, for lack of a better term.
Nominees and we see it right here. List of potential new techs for At Home with James. Trademark, which by the way I've trademarked the show. That was one of the.
Yeah, I was about to say I wasn't even aware this show was trademarked, but I guess thank you for that.
I wanted to get you something before I left, and I filled in the paperwork with the patent office. And congratulations. At Home with James. If anybody says At Home outside of this program, you have every right to charge them $5 on.
Okay, well, that's that will help support the show. Okay, so let's start going over some of these possible candidates.
Awesome. So each candidate, I reviewed them extensively, and I put together these dossiers about them. They come with music.
Okay, they come with the candidates come with music.
Yeah, so go ahead and go down to the first candidate and go ahead and you can read them off. And I really want your gut instinct here of what these people are all about.
Yikes.
Whoa, hope you like this one.
Okay,
this
so
really
candidate number 1 is Maxine Hatch, preferred name Mink, age unknown. Bio includes Maxine Hatch, also known as Mink, is a devilishly talented individual adept at all things technology. Graduating from the Institute of Advanced Tech in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Mink has gone on to astonish every employer who has had the guts to hire this spunky systems operator. Hacking is the name, and Mink is the game. There's nothing this ageless beauty can't crack. From disrupting private security comms to simply changing the batteries in a smoke detector, this Terminator is programmed for one thing and one thing only: satisfaction guaranteed. Skills include technology, Excel, Office, hacking, bingo, Word, streaming, texting, etc. Fun fact, nobody can guess her age.
So that's Mink in a nutshell, James. I wanted to start strong Mink is, in my opinion, overqualified, but beggars can't be choosers. So
She seems really good at a lot of the Microsoft programs.
Oh, no question. Which is a huge part of this job. More than I thought it would be. And more importantly, James, I wanted to get somebody who, might be interesting for you.
Yeah, now if I am gathering what I think I'm gathering, it seems to coincide with what High Score Run is saying in our chat right now, quote, a cougar, date her, James. So, Dimitri, are you suggesting that I hire this mink so I can create some type of personal relationship with her, and that's because she's of an advanced age?
We don't know. We don't know how old she is.
Well, Dimitri, look at her picture, man.
That could be anything.
This lady's on the wrong side of the dirt.
James.
Here's the thing. I start dating her. I got, 1-2 good weeks left of her?
James.
Well, come on.
Come on.
And I need someone who I can invest in not only as a lover, but in the future of this program.
What better person to invest in than in this ageless beauty?
I book her one Friday. The next Friday I can be at her funeral.
James. Be respectful. This person
Well,
went
you
to...
can be respectful. I'm trying to be realistic.
This person went to the Institute of Advanced Tech in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, all right? Show some a little respect.
Yeah, what graduating class of what year? 1902?
James!
Does she have a granddaughter that can tech the show?
Come on! I didn't ask that. Listen, I worked very hard, and I want you to be a little bit open-minded going forward, okay? More
Look,
than
it's
you are
true.
right now.
If I start using age discrimination as a tech, it would,
Seriously.
it's not going to reflect. But I don't want to hedge all my bets on Maxine. Can we check out some of the other candidates?
100%. All right, we're gonna move forward. Let's go down and let's see the next candidate here. Oh, very excited about this. Here's his theme song he wanted me to play. All right.
This is the exact polar opposite.
James, we are very, very excited about this candidate.
Who's we? This is the most disturbing instrumental I've ever heard.
This is what they wanted me to play, and I think it's
the exact opposite of Maxine. Let's read this. His name is Logan Haynes. This man's last name is named after underpants. Preferred name, why do they have preferred names? Battalion. Age, this guy's 18.
This guy's 18.
Looks like a different guy in all the pictures.
No, it's the same guy.
Yeah, same guy, all right. Biography reads, don't let this absolute muscle freak deceive you. He's also packing a mean, ripped brain. Logan Haynes, also known as Battalion, is no stranger to prejudice. As a muscle-bound menace to society, people often quickly judge this throbbing tyrant by his ripped abs, thick legs, and pillowy breasts.
Come on.
However, they could not be more wrong. Before an unfortunate sauna accident took this sweet trick out of competing for a job at NASA, Battalion was top of his class at the Yale Institute for Harvard Law with a minor in mayhem. Afterwards, Battalion set his eyes on Nobel Prizes and naughty surprises. Though his body is hung like Hungarian astrophysicist Anton Michkov, it doesn't take the James Webb Telescope to see this Einstein hasn't lost his wit. His skills include arms, legs, pecs, quantum computing, leg press, and protein shakes. Fun fact, oh God, he loves ass play. And that's Logan Haynes, aka
Whoa.
Battalion.
Battalion. I couldn't believe we got.
That was an unbelievable bio.
I'm so thankful to have, but I can't believe we have this kind of crop. And honestly, it's a real testament to how well the show is doing that we're getting these types of candidates who are.
This song is so coarse. Coming in from the chat, High Score Run quote: Battalion is a little out of your league, but no harm in trying.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, well, I will say that I do like that he's young.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's a good thing. I think that having someone so in shape might get us all a little bit more in shape, right? There's never any harm in physical improvement if you so wish to participate in such. Again, my concern is a little intense. He calls himself a tyrant.
Yeah. Well, it's what would happen to you if you were just the perfect species. I mean, he's a perfect blend of intellect and strength.
I guess I don't understand why ass play is pertinent to the job.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe it came up. He watched a few episodes, and that obviously came up quite a bit. So maybe he's really placating to some of our attributes. Wow, this song rocks.
Yeah. It really rocks. Well, I'd say that he's at the top of the list right now, despite some of my concerns.
Oh, very cool. All right, great. So let's tone down out of Battalion. I can't believe
this song is really unbelievable.
All right, I'm very interested in this next candidate. I'm saying that beforehand. Because we have one, and I'm not even going to show it yet. We have one untapped demographic, and what is that? Gamers. And here we go.
Gamers?
Yeah.
Okay, so our untapped demographic is gamers. I would also say, wait, I was going to say kids. This is Billy Benson. His preferred name is XX. I'm not going to read this.
James, that's his preferred.
I don't care if it's his preferred name.
Well, if you hire him, that's what you're gonna have to call him.
How about this? How about you read it?
It's little X, big X, mom, FUCKER, 69, big X, small X.
I can't believe that Billy Benson, preferred name, XX mom, FR 69, XX, is age 40. I thought it was a little boy.
This person is at the height of esports. This person's a superstar on the Rainbow Siege, on the Fortnite, and on the Dota circuit. All right.
Well, let's read Billy's bio. Etched into the mountainside rests of the Mount Rushmore of gaming, where Billy Benson, aka XX, mom effer 69 XX, stands alone. This digital anarchist takes pride in obliterating his opponents the only way he knows how. The mom effer way. Cyberbullying is given a new meaning when Benson logs on. This online mechanized maniac has 2 rules: no noobs and no mercy. Available to hire immediately, but schedule is subject to change due to the fact that this effer is currently enrolled in lifeguard lessons this coming spring. Skills: no scoping, rating 1v1, quick kills, carrying piano, teabagging. Fun fact: Spelling Bee champion 2018. Look,
very cool.
I think that this was a really interesting resume. I think this has to be a no.
Okay, I want to make something very clear.
He talks about cyberbullying people.
Okay, he's a little intense, but that's what happens when you have a no-quit mentality.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean... Look, how can I trust a cyberbully working the control center?
Well, I'll tell you what, your chat's never going to be mean to you ever again.
Okay, fair enough, but I'd like to say that this is...
You didn't see his age.
Yeah, he's an older guy, and what they said that he won a 2018 Spelling Bee.
Yeah, smart
too. 43 now, so this guy was in his late 30s when he joined a Spelling Bee. Seems a little bizarre.
All right. Well, look, I want you to just come. I know you're saying no now. I want to say that I'm actually hearing a yes, and I want to come back and I want to hear this because we only have.
You heard wrong.
Okay, well I'm gonna hear yes. So because I like this kid. All right. So I got one more candidate for you. All right. And,
sure.
And I included this person because I agree that they're qualified. But I also agree that that it's nice to have a homegrown.
Okay,
talent.
So you're saying there's a homegrown, so we've got one more candidate?
Yeah, that's right. One more candidate, and I'm gonna play their song right now.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I don't know if I've ever seen a picture that emits a cigarette odor like this one.
Okay, hearing the criticism. Let's hear a positive.
All right. Well, the positive is that I'm going to read it. This man's name is Luc Robinet. His preferred name is Patate Chaud, which translates to hot potato. This guy's 35 years old. Got his bio's in French. All right, his bio reads... Wait, why his name is different in his bio than the name that he gives in the beginning of the resume? His resume says Luc Robinet, and his bio says Luc Robinet. Let's just read it as is. God, I'm crying. Luc Robinet, aka Patate Chaud, and oh my God, he misspelled and I'm not gonna read the misspelling of I can't read it. I'm not gonna read it. I'll read what I assume he meant to say. Oh my God, I'm crying and dripping snot out of my nose.
Oh fuck.
Luc Robinet and très dangereux. He misspelled dangereux. Spelled it in English. Avec un clavier et un souris. Pour quelques mois, les polices de Québec essaient d'attraper Monsieur Patate, mais ce n'est pas possible. Donc, la police lui appelait le patate chaud, parce que chaque fois ils ont dans leurs mains, ils ont échappé leur suspecteur. Ah. Patate est un master de online editing at Special Effects. Il est capable de créer une réalité différente et très complexe. Il y avait un rumeur que c'était l'influence pour la caractère dans le film The Matrix qui s'appelle Neo. Fais attention avec cet homme parce que quand tu travailles avec lui, il faut être pas fort de se brûler. Skills include Adobe Premiere, Adobe After Effects, GarageBand, Drummer, Weed. Fun fact, il y a 4 cartes opus. Wow, this might be the all-time record of hardest I've laughed during the history. This might be the worst resume I've ever seen. And it it should have been a warning sign that he got his own name wrong.
Yeah, that you know what? I'm sorry about this guy. Yeah, this one was a mistake.
How do you let this guy slip through the vetting process? Look at his picture. That should have been the warning sign.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. We only had 4 applicants, so I put everybody else. I put everybody. Through.
I can't believe that. What was that? I was gonna call him a youngster, but he's not. That Billy Benson is not the worst applicant. After we saw Luc Robinet, aka Luc Robinet.
aka Luc Robinet, aka Patate Chaud.
Look, Dimitri, I want to say this, man. I've seen the applicants.
Nice.
Is there any way we can get you to stay on, right? Is there any way that we can get you to kind of, reconsider your decision?
This is awkward. I mean, you'll have to take it up with my boss, my new boss.
Well, who's your new boss?
I'd rather not say his name out loud, but let me just say he has a very famous podcast, and he's bald.
Is it Mark Rowland?
Look, I'm not at liberty to say. I'm not
okay,
at
well,
liberty
Dimitri,
to say.
why don't we talk off air and see if we can get the numbers to match?
Awesome. Okay. Well, here, let me just turn this down. I just want to apologize again, James. I didn't want to surprise you, and I just wanted to do my due diligence. I want you to be in good hands because I love this show so much.
I appreciate that, and I just want to say that over the past kind of year and a half that we've been on Twitch, give or take, we've been in great hands with you.
Oh, James, that's really sweet. Well, I care about this show a whole lot, and it's been home. It's been home for these last 2 years, and a lot of people.
Let's talk off air, okay?
All right, buddy. Yeah, sure. All right. Thanks for having me on, James. I love you lots, and I love this show very much. Great night. See you soon.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, buddy.
Folks, that's our show. What an unbelievable turn of events. Of course, I want to thank Dimitri Kyres for his work, not only tonight, but throughout the course of our collaboration here on the show. Hopefully we can get that worked out. Of course, we want to thank Joe Conto and Conor Rose for being here. Once again, don't forget this coming Monday, we got Dave Kaufman and Taylor McMillan. Also on Wednesday, Andy Asaf is back in the saddle with Pat Gordo. All of this and so much more. Until then, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night. Goodbye. Farewell. And of course, be well.